If you're a longtime viewer of this channel, we've talked about the issues facing gaming journalism before. I made an in-depth video a few months back talking about the problem that many have with Kotaku, Polygon, The Verge, and many other gaming outlets who try pushing their political agendas down people's throats and typically act very biased. Missed that video? Check it out. Now the thing is, there is a larger issue facing the platform of YouTube, and that would be the hatred many journalists and websites have for this platform. Not just gaming, because it really has taken viewer or readership from them. But it seems in recent years it's become quite popular to crap all over YouTubers. The most common target is the most subscribed channel, PewDiePie. I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole, but PewDiePie has made many mistakes over the years, mistakes that he's accepted responsibility for and he's been hurt by financially. He's definitely had to deal with the consequences of his actions. Now the problem is that nowadays anything offensive or really anything just a little controversial, he gets attacked for. In recent days, he's been under fire for a variety of reasons, like he threw some shade at Lilly Singh, I think that's how you say her name, who was complaining about, I believe, a Forbes top 10 of YouTube's highest earners, and they were all male, which anyone who has a YouTube channel would know that AdSense doesn't favor gender. Also, the fact that we're even paying attention to a list that guesses earnings is ridiculous. Anyway, Lilly Singh, a popular YouTuber, tried making this into a gender pay gap issue, which isn't the case, and PewDiePie called her out for that.
This whole thing is it's saying that men are being paid more than women in the YouTube space, which is obviously just ridiculous. You don't get paid more or less based on your gender. AdSense pays the same way. If people want to subscribe to you, they generally do it because they enjoy your videos, not because of your gender. That's just ridiculous. But if you start complaining about this, you literally just sound like a crybaby and an idiot, which you are, Lilly Singh. Just in case you weren't sure.
Which has led to articles like this one from People magazine, which is titled, "YouTuber PewDiePie calls Lilly Singh a crybaby after she speaks out about wage inequality." This is what's called clickbait and a lie. Another example would be Sonic Fox, who won the award for Best Esports Player at the Game Awards and gave a very cringy speech. The kid obviously was nervous, but many took it disliking to his final comments that were a diss thrown at Republicans.
Guess all I gotta really say is that I'm gay, black, a furry, pretty much everything a Republican hates, and the best esports player of the year, I guess.
PewDiePie in a recent video didn't really say anything negative about Sonic Fox, but he did mention that he was clearly not the brightest. This was enough to get multiple websites to report on it, and Sonic Fox soon after clapped back, saying on Twitter, "Also, I don't really care if PewDiePie mentioned me in his video, lol. He, like many others, keeps thinking my personality is being gay and black, and if that's the case, you've missed the point already, laughing my ass off. There's also some sense of irony being called not the brightest from him when he's had his little heated gaming moment." The Sonic Fox situation is a whole different topic, which I do find it strange how Vice, Waypoint, and Kotaku applauded his comments at the Game Awards. Anyway, but probably the biggest mess going on right now for PewDiePie is him promoting 28 YouTube channels, and one of those apparently being known for including anti-Semitic content. The Young Turks Hassan Piker, I think that's how you say his name, seems to be the one who ignited the flames by making a video on it, and it has just blown up, with tons of websites in attack mode. The thing is though, the YouTuber E:*R, who he shouted out, doesn't exactly make it obvious that his content features anti-Semitic content. The Death Note videos PewDiePie shouted out on surface levels seem fine, and even someone who is not American may not realize some of the clips or even jokes are from Charlottesville. PewDiePie did actually leave a comment on the video which was about the main subject, and like he even says later, he didn't realize the channel was controversial and he wouldn't have shouted it out had he known what it really included. Honestly though, I'm actually surprised no one has said anything about 8 Thoughts. I've watched his content over the years and, well, he said some things that would trigger some people. Love the guy though. Anyway, this leads to another attack, this time coming via BuzzFeed reporter Joe Bernstein, who took to Twitter the other day saying, "Following the news that PewDiePie endorsed an anti-Semitic YouTuber, here's a screenshot from a recent video in which PewDiePie played a shooting game with and laughed at a fan named Rabbi Shekel, whose avatar is the famous anti-Jew Le Happy Merchant," which this is called lying because in this clip, PewDiePie laughs at the player shooting another player while he was talking to him.
Hey man, I really appreciate your content. You've gotten me through some tough times, and I respect the
I didn't say anything.
Oh no!
Yeah.
You just shot him! How could you? Come back here!
And I'm just saying this, but it seems whenever a reporter calls out someone, their past always comes up, and it's always found that they have said some really outrageous things, and once again that's the case with Mr. Bernstein. Also, when the hell did it become a thing to attack someone for playing with another user who has an offensive username? If you've played any multiplayer game, you would know it's common to see offensive names like RimJ0B77 or PU55Y Pounder XXX. These people would not survive the Modern Warfare 2 or Halo 2 days. But PewDiePie did actually respond to this post today saying, "This BuzzFeed reporter is trying to angle that I played a multiplayer online game with strangers as anti-Semitism by proxy. How is that not satire, lol? Look, I'm not on the bandwagon of calling everything fake news, but shit like this is why gamers, or really people in general, question the credibility of websites like the Huffington Post, The Verge, Fortune, and so on and so forth." Then there's somebody like Danny O'Dwyer who does some phenomenal videos with no clip, and he gives one of the worst takes I've ever seen. Some game websites make their money using clickbait, some stir up the discourse with controversial content, and others make sponsored videos paid for by publishers. The cool thing about Pewds is that he does all of this shit and calls for the extermination of what? Which this statement should have ended with the word publishers. I think we can all agree PewDiePie has made mistakes, but people are getting ridiculous now with some of the things they are saying. Also, you remember when I mentioned earlier that whenever somebody or a reporter calls out somebody like PewDiePie and they have messed up comments in the past? Well, once again, it's the case with Mr. Danny O'Dwyer. You literally have journalists on Twitter calling for the gaming industry to end his career because he tried promoting various small channels from various backgrounds, and it turns out one of them had an anime video that he liked, which included some not so obvious controversial clips. In just the last few years, things have gotten to new levels of absurdity with how people are judged and treated. You could use one word in an inappropriate manner, maybe a failed joke, and your career is over because you have the PC patrol out to destroy everything that you've accomplished, simply because comedy is dead and gamers must rise up. But on a serious note, the attacks on PewDiePie are absolutely insane, and particularly the BuzzFeed reporter's complaint is one of the biggest reaches I've ever seen. Everyone makes mistakes, and obviously PewDiePie has made many, but these recent attacks aren't hurting him, they're only making him stronger, proving that many of these journalists are just out to get him, either for clicks or just because they don't like who he is. Anyway, what do you make of these recent attacks on PewDiePie? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. But thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy this video, and consider subscribing for tons of gaming content, and I'll see you later.